Remember when Kanye West once said, you know, some people that went to that island, why the F would you go to that island? We got a lot of questions for a couple of rappers under the rock. What I want to do before we start this off is let you guys know that this is about an 11-year jump when Pusha T gets involved in this, and why that is important. It's because if the person was a minor when they were in the presence of Jay-Z, they would have been an adult when in the presence of Pusha T. So I don't want anybody to read this or hear this and they can't do simple math. This was 11 years later from the meeting between Jay-Z and Pusha T. But let's get on to it. Unclassified Federal Bureau of Investigation crisis intake. Date July 10th, 2019. Case ID. Subject Epstein, Jeffrey, child X trafficking. Drafted, and instead of saying unredacted, I'm just going to say hidden. It just sounds better, all right? Date/time received 7/10/2019 at what? 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So on July 10, 2019 at 8:20 a.m. Eastern, Hidden called the FBI National Threat Operations Center, NTOC, to identify herself as a victim of X abuse by Jeffrey Epstein and others. Hidden provided the information. In approximately 1994, Hidden revealed herself to Hidden as a past victim of X abuse by Epstein. Hidden described the abuse occurred during parties. Hidden further identified Hidden as friend of Hidden. In approximately 1996, Hidden resided with Hidden and Hidden. An unknown man abducted Hidden from her home, whence she later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter, Jay-Z. While Weinstein had inserted his fingers into Hidden believed she was in Epstein's mansion in Florida. Hidden estimated she was abducted on 7 occasions, awaking each time in an opulent indoor setting. Hidden suffered from X abuse on multiple of those occasions in which Epstein participated. Hidden recalled Leon Black and William Barr, current United States Attorney General, being present during some of the occasions of abuse. So I want y'all to understand this. Well, I'll read the rest of this. In approximately 2006, Hidden last recalled being abused by Epstein. So they gonna literally focus on Jay-Z, who didn't do anything in this, but also, free cash. That's money right there from Nash. $5 real quick. So you get that QR code or tap the link in the description. We got you. Nobody. The scam crap, all that stuff, that shit's dying down. So a lot of y'all are coming in and inbox me and stuff like, man, thank you, Nash. Appreciate you for putting me on game. If you ain't got in yet, if you ain't got hip yet, get hip now. Hit that QR code or tap the link in the description, and I guarantee you, we gonna make it work for you. Free cash, QR code, link in the description. But let's get back to the content. William Barr, United States Attorney General, AG, bruh. That's the most powerful man next to damn near the president, who can charge you with a whole bunch of shit and damn near make it stick. But they gonna focus on Jay-Z being there, even though alleged Harvey Weinstein was the person who did something. So, yeah, we gonna keep this rolling though. Unclassified, page 1 of 2. Subject to protective order, paragraph 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, and 17. Unclassified. Each occasion, Hidden believed she was drugged, clouding her memory. Hidden attributed the drugging as frequently performed by persons assigned as handlers, whom she described as persons who established friendships with the victims. Among her handlers, Hidden identified the artist Pusha T. In approximately 2007, Hidden attended a party at Hidden following invitation from an unknown man who approached her as she walked down the street. Weinstein and Pusha T also attended the party and drugged her before engaging in X abuse. Hidden claimed to have additional information of other persons involved in the enterprise and information related to racketeering conducted in support of the trafficking. Hidden further believed she was under surveillance and stalked at the direction of the people involved in the X abuse. Hidden confirmed she was not diagnosed with any mental illness. Hidden refused to provide her physical address, advising that she maintained no permanent address Rather, she moved between staying at different hotels. Unclassified, page 202, subject to protective order, paragraphs 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, and 17. Pusha T got a whole nother meaning. Bro, what the hell? So you and Harvey Weinstein was running two mans like Drake and LeBron allegedly? Now all of this stuff is alleged. All of this shit is alleged, so I'm not knowing anything about nothing. But if Pusha T and Harvey Weinstein was kicking it, I gotta ask one simple question. Why didn't Harvey Weinstein put Pusha T on? So you messing around with the king of making movies and the king maker of making movies, and you ain't even get I gotta look this up real quick. I'm gonna do this in, what's the name? I gotta look this up in freaking real time, because this right here ain't making no sense. Now, this is all alleged anyways, and I think part of this plan was to basically say and make a lot of these people seem unreliable, because they put Jay-Z in there because it's Jay-Z. Never said Jay-Z did anything. Never did any of that crap. So when they try to come out and say anything, they always gonna say, oh, Jay-Z was there and all this shit. Except for the one girl who tried to do what she did, but then got destroyed. But I'm just trying to understand, where the hell is Pusha T in any freaking Weinstein movie at all? Like, at all? Because I'm not seeing it. But let's see. Yeah, Pusha T ain't never made no goddamn movies. So here's the thing. This is bad for Pusha T. One could say, well, Pusha T, you never pushed that damn button on Drake to call him a PDF. So it might make sense, because if you did, yeah. But I'm curious if Drake ever pops up on this Epstein list shit. But it's really a distraction. It really is. You want us to believe that this call right here and what they basically did, and this is what the government did, right? 3 million pages means anybody who said anything about Jeffrey Epstein, when they called into any hotline, it all got there. Hell, I could have said Jeffrey Epstein abducted my dog and held him for ransom, and I'm calling the FBI for help. And I could be lying just to try to make a fake slap lawsuit on Jeffrey Epstein. But I will say this, that Hollywood elite shit, that's true as hell. When y'all want to talk about Illuminati and all this shit, you ain't got to look no further than those who flaunt and floss money, who want to be around those who look and flaunt and floss money. So these cats going to some exquisite ass hotel and all these parties and all that. Remember, Jay-Z once said in his Grammy family, what's the name, freestyle, that he wanted to be, you know, in all of these rooms and all that stuff with Phil Rizzuto and what's the man who did that damn scheme. Like, Jay-Z Grammy Family Freestyle, y'all can check that out. It is one of his greatest songs ever. Because it's not a freestyle, but I don't know. I rock with Jay-Z. He's one of my top 5, so it is what it is. But Pusha T, bro, you in a lot of trouble. But that doesn't make him a PDF. One of y'all people in the comments are going to say something, and like I said in the beginning, the alleged conduct that happened with Pusha T and the individual would have happened 11 years afterwards. That's the time span in which we have. So, yeah. I don't know, bro. It's just one of those things where I'm just like, God damn, bro. Hell nah. So, yeah, nah. But I'm just telling y'all, bro, check out Jay-Z's Grammy Family Freestyle. This shit eerily sounds like some shit like this, where he basically rapping like, I want to be in those rooms, I want to be a billionaire. The Fred Blagojevich, or whatever the hell his name is. Anyways, Pusha T, bro, you got some explaining to do. If you don't do anything but flat out deny, you guilty of sin. It don't matter. You can say, bro, you've been to a club or whatever, bro, until they drop a photo or they drop a picture or a text message or some shit like that, then you better deny ever even seeing this man. You don't have any Hollywood videos or Hollywood movies and all this shit, but maybe she was in a room. Maybe y'all took turns, swap it out or something like that. I don't know, but Pusha T, you better say something, because this shit is B-A-triple-D bad. But hey, y'all, let me know your thoughts on this one. Click right here, though, to see how Yella Beezy is alleged to be involved in 3 murders. And we're talking about before Mo 3. Yeah, it gets crazy. They try to label Yella Beezy as a demon. God damn, click right here to see that, or click right here for the playlist, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Also, these being given away at 300K subs, so subscribe today, subscribe today, subscribe today. And I'm looking at holding on to something and releasing it pretty soon.